Once a fisherman, always a fisherman.
Thomas Jørgensen has been a fisherman for 26 years. From January until June, he goes fishing for cod with his brother and his apprentice in the western Baltic Sea.
When we are fishing in the Baltic Sea, we are sailing out at the morning and come back to the harbor at the evening. And come home and have our supper with the family. And then next day also the same.
Thomas Jørgensen will soon have to change his fishing habits. In 2017, the European Commission of Environment, Maritime Affairs and Fishery will change the cod quota in western Baltic Sea. Each October, the European Commission proposes new fishing limits based on the data collected by the International Council for the Exploration of the Sea. Even though the new cod quota still remains a proposition, the prospect of the new change is cause for concern in the fishing community. In 2015, Danish fishermen were able to fish more than 7,000 tons of cod in the western Baltic Sea. In 2016, the cod quota was more than 6,000. For 2017, the proposition of the European Commission is to reduce the quota to 686 tons for the year. It's a decrease of 88% compared to 2016.
That is absolutely ridiculously stupid. These people that say that cod is in danger know nothing about fish or cod. It is not a matter of risk of the cod. It is a matter of whether we want to need political decisions in 1 year or in 5 years, for instance.
No, that's not true. I mean, of course, we understand that such a drastic change will have a massive impact on the fishermen. But basically, to put it in simple words, is that there are no new young fish at all this year, which means that if we continue fishing at the same rate, we will deplete the stock almost completely. So we need drastic measures.
Last year, the Danish Ministry of Environment and Food mandated Peter Andersen to evaluate the financial impact of the new cod quotas on Danish fishermen. According to The Economist, roughly 400 boats will be affected, with around 150 smaller vessels and fishermen being impacted the most.
Not all of them will go bankrupt, but some of them will probably simply stop fishing. And secondly, of course, they might, if the reason for a smaller quota is that there's a lack of fish out there, then they also might need to go further out to catch the fish. So this will be a burden to the fishermen.
You cannot go from Copenhagen to Rome on bicycle in 1 day. It's just not possible. Similarly, with the small-scale fishermen, they don't have the capacity in the boats to go far away. There's a security issue.
When I not can fish in the Baltic Sea, then I must go away from my family the whole year. So do I have a family? Hard to tell.
However, financial help will be available through the European Monetary Fund for Fisheries.
It's still to be decided, of course, but because we understand that there's going to be an impact, instead of only proposing a severe cut, to also say we completely understand, and there is a European Maritime and Fisheries Fund that can support you through this change in fishing opportunities.
It's the rich man's approach to poor man's problem. I will give you some money and shut up. This is more than just a money question. It is the survival of local communities. It is not a matter of an individual fisherman getting money. Of course, it will help the individual fisherman, but it will not save the harbors.
Even though the western Baltic cod has fallen below the safe levels of reproduction, there are other alternatives.
So it is at a low level. I don't question that part. We all agree on that. But we are not talking about an endangered species. I think the discussion could be, do we have to do it next year? Or could it be a transition time and then maybe we do it in 2 or 3 years, we get to this threshold. So I guess part of the question is the management question would be, when do we want to reach this level that we have decided upon?
As an economist, I think it's better to have a balanced adjustment path, in the sense that they make some cuts in the quota, and then it will take some more years to build up the quota.
On October 10, the 28 member states of the EU will meet in Luxembourg. They will decide a new cod quota. This decision will seal the fate of fishermen like Thomas Jørgensen in the western Baltic Sea.
It's going to be tough discussions. This is what we predict. So we hope for the best, and we will see on Monday.
They are always saying we should protect the cod, We are fishermen, so we are also protecting the cod, our future.